It's a great honor. They have rooms packed outside of this hall. If anybody would like to give up their space, let other people come in, please let us know. We'll take care of it. It's a tremendous celebration. Thank you very much. And hello to CPAC. We've been coming here a long time, and it's gotten bigger and better and more beautiful. And thank you very much. It's a big election going on today. You probably have read a little bit about it. And I'm supposed to be in a slightly different location, not too far away, but nevertheless, it's different. And I said, no, I'm sorry, I have to be at CPAC today. I have to be there. And I want to thank Matt and Mercedes Schlapp, two great people, along with the entire staff. Thank you very much, Mercedes. The entire staff of the American Conservative Union, that's what it is. Conservative union. It's also a union of common sense. I've been saying it more and more. You know, conservative, it's common sense.
Oh, you want to fight?
And I don't know, maybe we'll have to put that, Matt, on the bottom of that. A group of people with common sense to save our country and make America great again. It's pretty simple, isn't it? Huh? We have a tremendous group of dignitaries, leaders, world leaders, and local leaders, but we have from all over the world people with us right now at this moment in the room. And I've just mentioned a few presidents of Argentina who's gotten a lot of publicity. He's gotten a lot. He's a great gentleman. You know, he's MAGA. He's MAGA. Make Argentina great again. Now, when he said, I am MAGA, then I realized he's one of the few who can really do it well. Make Argentina great again. Javier Milei. Thank you very much, Javier. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's a great honor to have him with us. Senator J.D. Vance. He's doing a fantastic job. Thank you, J.D. Congressman Corey Mills. Thank you.
I'm going to put you under my thumb.
A very powerful competitor of mine. He is a quick one. He's a smart one. Vivek, where's Vivek? Ramaswamy. Thank you. He endorsed me. When he endorsed me, I said, that's a great endorsement. Thank you, Vivek. Former senator and somebody that's been very nice to me over the years. I don't know why, but he has. Rick Santorum. Thank you, Rick. Where is Rick? Thank you. Thank you, Rick. Former acting attorney general, somebody that's been very loyal to the administration and to his country, Matt Whitaker. Thank you. Matt, thank you very much. The former chair of my Council of Economic Advisors, Kevin Hassett, with a nice smile, always has that beautiful smile.
I'm going to
somebody
give you
that very
whooping.
shortly will be a United States Senator, Carrie Lake. Where is Carrie Lake? Where is Carrie Lake?
Wait till my cousin
wow,
see
that's
this.
a pretty good hand you just got, Carrie, I'll tell you. Well, she was very close to being governor, but unfortunately a lot of the voting machines just didn't work. They weren't working that particular day. The lines were miles long. They weren't working too well that day, Carrie, but it's one of those things. And then the judges said, well, not our fault. We've got to straighten out our elections pretty fast, because otherwise we're not going to have a country any longer. That's true. Thank you, Carrie, very much. U.S. Senate candidate from Virginia, Hung Cao. Whoa, he's got support. He's got some support. Wow. Wow. A man who is tough and smart and loves our country. He's the head of America First Legal. He's won a lot of cases, I can tell you, and he's a real guy. He's a real patriot. Stephen Miller, my friend. Stephen Miller. He's around here someplace. There's a lot of people in this room.
Hit me then,
Thank you,
asshole.
Stephen. President of the Vox Party in Spain, Santiago Abascal. Thank you very much. Thank you, Santiago. Great to meet you.
You just made me drop my
They've made a lot of progress, too. They'll be number 2 and number 1 very shortly, it seems like. That's what I'm reading. Let's see if, you know, a lot of it's fake news, so we can't go by everything. But that's what I'm hearing. Federal deputy from Brazil, Eduardo Bolsonaro. Eduardo, wherever you are.
Oh yeah, we got funk now.
North Carolina GOP chair, and I think he'll be probably going to a national position very shortly. Michael Watley, fantastic guy.
This is gonna be a beatdown.
And we all know and love a man who great bravery
Got
in the
two left feet,
administration.
man.
Really a brave person. He went through
Bring it on, let's
hell
see
and
what you
back, and he beat everybody. He just beat them along the way. Rick Grinnell. Thank you. The president of Moms for America, Kimberly Fletcher. That's a good group. They just gave me their award. They just thank you for that wonderful award. How about Moms for America? Donald Trump is the man of the year. Can you believe this? Have I made progress? Ah, boy. And a man, the single greatest advertiser and purchaser of advertising
We got
in the history
manners
of
out here.
America.
Come on now,
Mike
give me some.
Lindell. The greatest. An incredible lawyer, one of the most respected lawyers in the country,
Why you
John
rock rocking?
Cole.
You tangled with something federal.
John, thank you, John. And Stephen Moore, we all know he's got great predictions if Trump wins. If Trump doesn't win, he says it's going to go bad. It's going to go bad fast. Stephen Moore, highly, highly respected economist. Thank you, Stephen.
Grifos de muerte, no se enojen.
And a man who I've had respect for certainly a long time. I won't say how long, too long. But somebody that I've listened to over the years, even
Don't
when he was
touch
on
me.
CNN. That's when people used to watch CNN a lot. He always had the #1 show. He's an incredible... I agree with you. But he's an incredible guy, an incredible mind, loves our country, and he fights like hell for our country. The great Lou Dobbs. Where's Lou? Thank you, Lou. You look good, Lou.
Should have stayed in the slums.
And we have Tom Fitton. We have so many people. Tom Fitton. Where's Tom Fitton? Stand up, Tom Fitton.
Rude. Hey, boy.
Stand up, Steve Bannon. Where's Steve Bannon? Where's Steve? Where is Steve? Stand up, Bannon. Where the hell is Bannon? Oh, he still looks good? Tom always looks good. I don't know. I think he does that weightlifting stuff, Tom, right? But Bannon looks good. We love Steve. We love them all. We love them all. There's so many others in the audience. I want to say hello, but we have to get down to business because I want to win the award as the best, whatever the hell they call it, the best speaker, I think they say. Who made the best speech? And if I keep introducing people, I'm not going to win it this year. I've won it 9 years in a row, right? I got to get going.
Come on,
so
dude.
thank you,
Roll
everybody, for being here. We appreciate it very much. We appreciate it very much. Gorka, did I see the Gorka man? Yes, stand up, Gorka. Quick, get up. How good is he? Sebastian? Seb. They call him Seb. I call him Sebastian. Thank you, Sebastian. You're spotted. 4 years ago, I told you that if crooked Joe Biden got to the White House, our borders would be abolished, our middle class would be decimated, and our communities would be plagued by bloodshed, chaos, and violent crime. We were right about everything. So believe me when I offer you another warning, and we've been right about so much, just about everything. If crooked Joe Biden and his thugs win in 2024, the worst is yet to come. Our country will go and sink to levels that were unimaginable. And just think about it. With 4 more years of Biden, the hordes of illegal aliens stampeding across our borders will exceed 40 to 50 million people. Medicare, Social Security, healthcare, and public education will buckle and collapse. It will collapse as sure as you're sitting or standing there. It will collapse. Our economy will be starved of energy by Crooked Joe's vindictive Green New Scam. It's a Green New Scam. It will be the destruction of our country. It is indeed a scam, and most of them know it. Some of them, the fools, believe it, but most of them know it. Millions of manufacturing jobs will be choked off into extinction. and you'll have constant lockouts and blackouts and rampant inflation. Ruthless gangs will explode even more into the suburbs. And when they talk about suburban women, they're going to love me so much. They're going to say, oh, I wish we had that guy back. The gangs will be invading your territory, I can tell you that. While weaponized law enforcement hunts for conservatives and people of faith, religious, Hamas and Antifa will terrorize our streets while their brutal ideology, and it is brutal indeed, it is brutal and horrible like nobody's ever seen before, takes over our schools. China will dominate us, not just economically, but militarily, and that's what they want, and that's where they're heading, but they weren't heading there with me. I took over $400 billion out of China. They weren't too happy about it, and then all of a sudden, we had the China virus. I happen to think it was incompetence, but a lot of people disagree.
Let's see what you got, pussy.
And the declining crooked Joe Biden. He's the crookedest, most incompetent president in the history of our country. We'll soon have us losing World War III. We won't even be in World War III. We'll be losing World War III with weapons the likes of which nobody has ever seen before. These are the stakes of this election. Our country is being destroyed, and the only thing standing between you and its obliteration is me. It's true. It's true.
Gonna knock you flat.
Viktor Orban, somebody I respect greatly.
Get out of here.
Respect him. Tough guy, smart guy.
I'm gonna...
He made the statement recently. He said, you bring back Trump, it'll all stop. We all listen to Trump. They respected Trump. He actually said it stronger than he said they were afraid of Trump. I don't want people to be afraid of me. But he said China was afraid, Russia was afraid. They were all afraid of Trump. Bring him back, and it'll all go back. And I will tell you, we had things at a level that nobody's ever seen before. We had no wars. We had defeated ISIS, rid of the worst terrorists in the world. You know that. We solely defeated. We took 100% of ISIS gone. And we had no wars. 4 years, we had no wars. First time in 72 years that happened. No
About to
war.
find out how shit works around here, Truthy.
Hillary Clinton, during one of our debates, if you remember that, she said, look at him, listen to him, he's going to cause wars, we'll be in wars. No. It turned out that I was able to stop wars from happening and brought our troops back home. We got out of these ridiculous, endless wars, killing people on both sides, costing trillions of dollars. Crooked Joe and his henchmen have you trapped, and it's an express train barreling toward
I'm gonna fuck you up,
servitude and to ruin. It's moving at a speed that Joe doesn't understand. Because Joe actually, I don't really know what the hell's going on, to be honest with you, but he's surrounded by some very bad fascists. A vote for Trump is your ticket back to freedom. It's your passport out of tyranny, and it's your only escape from Joe Biden and his gang's fast track to hell. And in many ways, we're living in hell right now. Because the fact is, Joe Biden is a threat to democracy. He really is a threat to democracy. I stand before you today not only as your past and hopefully future president, but as a proud political dissident. I am a dissident. Remember this, I've been indicted more than Alphonse Capone, Mr. President. Do you know who that is? Even the president just said, I do. Scarface, Al Capone.
I want to see you.
If he had dinner with you, and he didn't like the smile on your face, he thought you were mocking him by smiling, you would be dead before you got home and said hello to your wife. And Alphonse Capone, I got indicted 4 times by this gang of thugs for nothing. Or, as I say respectfully to the people from foreign countries,
Hey, yo, get the fuck, man.
Bullshit.
You're through, dickhead. Mano y mano.
Thank you very much.
Hey, boy, it's G Street.
Now, it's very dangerous. It's very dangerous what's
I'm
going
gonna
on.
break
They've
this across
weaponized
your
government.
face.
They've weaponized the DOJ, the FBI. We've never had anything like this in this country, and it's a phenomenon that's taken place many times, but in third world countries, in banana republics, not in the United States of America. So it's very dangerous, and they are indeed a threat to democracy. And I'm here to unleash this captive nation from Joe Biden and his gang of very bad people, very sick people, smart people, intelligent people, but they're hell-bent on the destruction of American freedom. It's happening in our country, and it's so obvious. I have people come to see me from other lands where this has gone on, especially in South America, Latin America, and they'll say, the same thing happened to my country 20 years ago. It was the same thing. It's all happening. And if we don't stop it, this is it. 2024.
Hey, please don't touch me,
If we
amigo.
don't stop it, this is our last train. If we don't stop it, we're going to have a country. It won't even be a country. You want to know the truth? It won't even be a country. It's breaking up. If we can break out of the Biden nightmare, and it is a nightmare, he's the most incompetent person. Can you imagine this man? You can't walk off the stage. You can't find the stage.
Hey! Wait till my
Where are
cousin
they?
see
He asks.
this.
Where? He makes a 2-minute speech because that's about the only. They couldn't get any more fuel than that. Whatever happened to the cocaine they found? Where is it? And by the way, I have to say, because I have such respect for this audience, and
Step on up, tough guy.
I would have never spoken, and I never did, about him because of my respect for the officer. Great respect for that officer. But once I got indicted the first time, remember that? And I got impeached twice. We won that. And we'll win all of this stuff. Once I got indicted, I said,
Don't want to make you cry now.
those, the fake news, before these indictments came, the fake news, almost everyone, well, he'll never be indicted. We don't do that. He's a very popular president. I got more votes than any sitting president. It's almost 75 million votes. Substantially more than any other sitting president has gotten. And they would say, oh, no, he'll never be indicted. These are people that, some of them truly have Trump derangement syndrome. And they were saying, he'll never be indicted. They
tries
won't
to
do that.
steal
They'll
my
never. He
music.
did it. They did it. They actually, and it was all done by him in order to go after your political opponent so that you can damage him enough that you can maybe win. But it's had the reverse effect
Turn the other cheek,
because our poll
boy.
numbers have gone through the roof. Can you believe this? They've gone through the roof. But that wasn't supposed to happen. And it's probably never happened before. I've watched over the years as politicians get indicted. And they start by going to a microphone about 2 minutes after that. Ladies and gentlemen, I need to resign this morning. I will be calling, don't mind me. And I will fight for my name. Well, that's the last you ever hear from that poor guy. And with me, we have a big voice. You can see by this crowd today. Look at them. Standing room only. They're all over the place. They have 3 rooms like this. And I have a voice that I can explain it all. Like the laptop from hell when they impeached me. And it turned out I was right after going through all that. And now they say, we shouldn't have impeached him. He was right because the laptop from hell showed that I was 100% right.
You gonna represent the set
all
now,
of these
homie?
things, we were right on all of it. But we're in a very bad path. It's a very, very dangerous path that we are on as a country because the other side, which I find tends to be a much nicer group of people, and maybe foolishly so. But
Man,
the
you
other
gonna have to
side
knock
can
me
also
out,
get
dawg.
nasty.
Come on.
And at some point they probably will have to do that because we cannot let this weaponization go on against the Republican Party, against religion, against conservatives. We cannot let this continue to happen. So we can break out of this Biden nightmare. It's a nightmare. Our country is no longer respected. We're laughed at all over the world. We have to break out of the nightmare that we're in. And we have it in the grasp to make America richer and safer and stronger and prouder and more beautiful than ever before. I think we have a final shot at it, but if we don't do well in this next election, or if they cheat enough that they can steal it, which is, I think, the only way they can win. Who the hell can win when you have 16 million people pouring into our country from places unknown?
You got
We have
some nerve.
countries that nobody ever even heard of from all over the world. Yesterday they had many people caught from prisons in...
Don't knock the
You
rock
remember this,
star.
right? Prisons in the Congo. Let me tell you, the only good thing is they make our prisoners and our bad gang members look like very nice people by comparison. That's the one good thing. All of a sudden we're starting to like our prisoners and our horrible, violent criminals because they're nicer than the people that are flowing in. They're coming from Asia. They're coming from the Middle East. They're coming from all over the world. Coming from Africa. And we're not going to stand for it anymore. As a country, we're not going to stand for it anymore. They're destroying our country. And we built think of it, we're the safest border. 3 years ago, we're the safest border in the history of our country. Now we have the worst border in the history of the world. There's never been a country ever. Third world countries, they've never been like this. They would have fought with sticks and stones. They didn't need rifles. We have the best in the world, but we let everyone, because we're fools. Either they want to destroy our country or they're stupid. And I don't think they're stupid because anybody that can cheat on elections like they do is not stupid. That means they want to destroy our country. But who can win an election when you have that? Who can win an election when you have high interest rates, you can't buy a home, when you have bad education, where everything's woke? We did things that nobody can imagine. So many things. 1,000 elements we did. We have a book. The 1,000 things. We did things that nobody could even imagine. And then all of a sudden, something very bad happened. Israel would have never happened. The attack on Israel would have never happened. Remember, Iran was broke. They were broke. Ukraine would have never happened. I talked to Putin a lot. Got along with him well. Although he did announce the other day that he would much rather see Biden as president. And I agree with him. I agree. Because, you know, I ended Nord Stream, right? I ended Nord Stream. Nobody ever heard of Nord Stream. Well, that's the biggest pipeline in the world. Going into Germany, what's that all about? We defend Germany and Europe, and then they go and pay billions of dollars to the people that we're defending them against. How do you figure that one, right? And I stopped it, it was over, and then Biden comes in and within 3 days he approves Nord Stream. But he kills Keystone Pipeline, right? He kills Keystone. He approves the Russian pipeline. The biggest in the world, billions and billions of dollars a month come flowing in. But he ends the Keystone XL pipeline. And then they say, Trump is too nice to us. I'm nice. I'm the one that gave him the 100 javelins, the thousands of javelins that knocked out the tanks, but they knocked out 100 tanks in the first 2 days with javelins that I gave. Remember they said Obama gave pillows and Trump gave javelins. And then they say, oh, so Putin would say, if you're being nice, I hate like hell to think of what you'd be if you were not nice. But we were tough and we were smart and we were right. We were righteous and everything. We were right. And what they've done is unthinkable. What they did with the border, allowing these people to flow in, is unbelievable. But to achieve a great future, we first have to throw off the chains of our out-of-control political class, and that begins with telling crooked Joe Biden, you remember The Apprentice? Crooked Joe Biden, you're fired. Get out of here. Get the hell, you're destroying our country. You're fired, Biden. Get the hell out of here. Right? Get the hell out of here, this guy. He goes after his political opponents. Let's go after them. Maybe we can indict him so that maybe we can win. A little bit of a backlash when
Let's be honest about things for a second. Really honest. You came out to the West Coast to get away from something. Everyone does. Let's face it, the Midwest is full of retards. That's why we've got the fastest growing population, a massive economy, and absolutely no history or culture. You used to be a dork, but you moved here, and suddenly you're cool. San Andreas is the land where you can be who you want to be. Change